Indie games gaining ground in the industry. Indie games have exploded in popularity over the last decade, as small studios bring fresh, creative ideas to the gaming landscape. These independent developers often operate with limited budgets but manage to produce unique and engaging experiences. Their growing influence is reshaping the industry by offering players alternatives to big-budget, mainstream titles. Creative freedom fuels innovation. One of the main reasons indie games stand out is the creative freedom developers enjoy. Without the constraints of large publishers, indie studios can take risks, experiment with gameplay mechanics, and explore niche genres. This innovation often leads to groundbreaking games that challenge traditional gaming conventions and attract dedicated fan bases. Lower costs make indie games accessible. Unlike AAA titles, which often come with hefty price tags, indie games are generally more affordable. This accessibility allows more players to discover and enjoy indie titles, contributing to their growing popularity. With platforms like Steam, Nintendo eShop, and Xbox Marketplace, indie developers have more opportunities to reach global audiences at lower costs. Crowdfunding boosts indie game development. Crowdfunding platforms like Kickstarter and Indiegogo have become essential tools for indie game development. Through these platforms, small studios can raise funds directly from their fanbase, allowing them to create games without relying on traditional publishers. This direct connection with players helps ensure that indie games remain true to the developer's original vision. Digital distribution drives indie success. The rise of digital distribution has significantly benefited indie games. Platforms like Steam, Epic Games Store, and PlayStation Network provide indie developers with access to millions of potential customers. These platforms eliminate the need for physical copies, reducing costs and allowing indie studios to compete with larger developers in the same space. Indie games appeal to niche audiences. Indie games often cater to niche audiences that mainstream games overlook. Whether it's unique art styles, unconventional storytelling, or innovative mechanics, indie games offer something different. This diversity helps indie studios attract passionate communities that are eager to support creative and experimental projects, fostering a loyal player base. Awards and recognition validate indie games. Indie games are no longer seen as just side projects. They are now regularly recognized with industry awards. Prestigious events like the Game Awards and Independent Games Festival highlight the best indie titles, helping small studios gain visibility. These accolades not only validate the quality of indie games but also encourage more developers to enter the space. Indie studios foster a collaborative culture. Unlike larger game companies, indie studios often promote a collaborative and supportive culture within the industry. Many small developers share resources, ideas, and feedback with one another, creating a tight-knit community. This culture of collaboration helps the indie game scene thrive and encourages newcomers to pursue game development with fewer barriers. Streamers and content creators drive indie popularity. Content creators on platforms like Twitch and YouTube have played a huge role in boosting the popularity of indie games. Streamers often showcase indie titles, giving them much-needed exposure. As these games reach a wider audience, they become part of mainstream gaming discussions, further cementing their place in the industry. The future of indie games looks bright. As technology advances and barriers to entry continue to lower, the future of indie games is promising. Small studios will likely continue to innovate, pushing the boundaries of game development. With their increasing influence, indie games are set to play a major role in shaping the future of the gaming industry, offering players unique experiences for years to come.